Australia and India are among the closest allies in the world today. But we're also the biggest rivals when it comes to the cricketing pitch. Joining us to talk about the big summer of cricket that lies ahead and also the trajectory of India-Australia bilateral ties is Australian High Commissioner to India, Philip Green. High Commissioner, thank you very much for joining us. What about a game of cricket? High Commissioner, interesting time between the two countries. We're getting ready for the big Border Gavaskar Trophy. The women's team is also going to be flying to Australia. Exciting times. I'm catching my breath. You did pretty well in that friendly match.
Oh, you can bowl a bit.
Yeah,
and maybe we could swap around a bit later on. You're keen to do it in your Indian colours. I don't have a cricket shirt at the moment. I've got a soccer one, but I hope that will do.
It does. It is the Australian colour, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
So tell us a bit about how Australia, how High Commissioner Philip Green is preparing for the big summer of cricket ahead.
Well, number one, I think it's now true that the biggest rivalry in global cricket is between Australia and India. And we've had a bit of success in recent times. I was there at Narendra Modi Stadium in November last year. We got lucky on that day, but everyone's really looking forward to this big summer of cricket in Australia, full test series. And, we're going to put some things around the cricket to make it even more attractive for Indians to come down, enjoy the cricket and maybe do it a business on the side.
Right. Give us a sense of the kind of tourist footfalls you're expecting from India to Australia.
Well, we've already, the airlines are already putting on new airplanes to come across, and we hope those schedules will even follow after the cricket. We're very excited about the huge tourism opportunity that exists. Many Indians already make their way to Australia, but the cricket is a special opportunity to do that. And we're putting a range of business activities in particular around some of the test matches to make it worthwhile. People can come for the cricket, but stay for the business.
Now, speaking about who's the favourite, India has not had a very good run recently against New Zealand. Australia are said to be the favourites. So what's your expectation from the Border Gavaskar Trophy?
Well, of course, history tells us that in this particular series, India is ahead of us. So we'll have to be on our best game. I mean, I know the tradition is to say that on bouncy pitches, places like Perth and Brisbane, Australia will have an advantage. And of course, Cummins and the crew will be there. But, India's now got some pretty good quicks themselves, Bumrah amongst them. So I think it's going to be very close. I will expect it to go down to the last or the second last test. So it should be a super season throughout.
Right. So who would be your favourite batsman?
Well, I think Travis Head. I mean, he was the hero of Narendra Modi Stadium. I will never forget that innings as far as I live. And so for me, very, very special player, still in very good form, great mental cricket mind, as well as super skills.
Okay, what about India? Who's your favourite batsman in India?
Oh, well, I don't know if he's my favourite, but the one I fear the most is Virat Kohli. He's the one who worries me the most. He was, we were fortunate. He was got out in November, taking a nick onto the stumps. I'm not sure that we'll be so lucky in all of these 5 tests, and he's a really super player, so we'll be watching out.
Right, and what about bowlers? For example, I think Jasprit Bumrah is going to be really leading our pack there in the Border Gavaskar Trophy. What about bowlers on the Australian side?
I mean, I can't go past Cummins. He's not only a super bowler and a great sportsman, but an instinctive cricketing brain, and the way he has brought a special style of leadership to the Australian cricket team in recent years has really been phenomenal. So I'll be watching him in particular.
Okay, and about women's cricket, it's really come of age in India as well. We're talking about pay parity between women cricketers and male cricketers.
As we should be.
As it should be. So what's the trend in Australia? How are they looking forward to these 3 ODI matches that we're going to see?
Well, I think, frankly, when I was a young man, young men and young women were very excited at their male cricketing heroes. Now we're seeing young men and young women being very excited about their female cricketing heroes. And, extraordinary sportswomen like Alyssa Healy are really amongst the greats in Australian sport at the moment. People are very excited to see not only our men perform at the best, but also our women to have a go against the very formidable Indian team.
Any women cricketers from either side that you're actually looking out for?
I mean, Healy is certainly the one, and the Indian captain Gore is one that I've really been watching, and I think she's got some super skills, and I'll be really interested to see how she goes on Australian pitches.
Right. What more can we expect the BCCI and Cricket Australia to do together in terms of increasing the cricketing engagements between the two nations?
Well, I think that's a really good point. I mean, we sometimes talk about using cricket to get beyond cricket. Cricket's one of the traditional things that Australia and India have in common, but we're building a new relationship, which is a much deeper partnership on the strategic side, economically, and now with a very large number, 1 million or so, people of Indian origin living in Australia. So what Cricket Australia and we are trying to do is to grow that audience. Of course, people who are interested in cricket will want to be part of it, but I want all people from India and Australia, and particularly Australians of Indian origin, to take an interest in the cricket and the many activities that we'll put on around the cricket itself.
Right.
Thank you for watching us on CNBC TV18. For all news and updates, subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch us on all social media platforms.